So, I'm sure most of you guys know what Star Wars Hunters is. If you do not, then this is probably not the right video for you to watch, because then you probably need to know this for everything you need to know about Star Wars Hunters before you watch it. So I do not have a video on the basic details of Star Wars Hunters, but I'll try to say it really quickly at the beginning of this video. So basically, I'll just do a couple quick announcements before. Like the title says, I'm going to be going over everything you need to know, and I think we all need to know before Star Wars Visions comes out next year, and I'll go into a little bit more about that during the release date. So a couple quick announcements. Number one, I mentioned this in a lot of my videos, and I'm just going to keep mentioning this probably in all my videos, is that I do have the second channel, Star Wars Now Gaming Clips, where I post the latest gaming clips from Jedi Fallen Order and Skywalker Saga when it comes out next year. So I guess go subscribe to that channel, or just check out some of my videos. You don't have to subscribe, but definitely appreciate it. And second thing is that Mazrio, who you probably don't know who he is, but I'll just give you a quick overview. Mazrio is posting again. Now, Mazrio, if you don't know who he is, he was the one, first of all, who inspired me to make this YouTube channel, so thanks again, Mazrio, for that. And also, he basically does Mario stuff, like the name would suggest. And right now, he mostly does a lot of Friday Night Funkin' stuff. So Friday Night Funkin' is obviously a very popular game that was made by, I don't even know what the developer is anymore. But yeah, so he makes a lot of those videos. So just go check out one of his videos. You don't have to subscribe, but definitely he was the one who inspired me to make this YouTube channel. So go check him out. I guess I'll leave a link in the description. So now we're going to move on to the actual video. So first, let me start with the basic details. Number one, so basic details. Star Wars Hunters is an arena-based third-person shooter online multiplayer game for the Switch and mobile, which I'll go into a little bit more about those details later. So that's basically the main details of this game. Third person shooter, arena-based game. So you're going to have maps, like small maps, and then you're going to be able to play as the characters, which I will go into after. So that is the basic details of this game. That's really, as long as you know those basics, then you pretty much should be all set for this video. So now I'm going to go into the characters. So, characters for this game, there are 6 characters, or maybe it was 7, I don't know, when I go and list them, you can see. So, I do not know their actual names yet, sorry, I haven't been really, studying this game very properly, but I'll talk about later, but in another video, I'm going to be going over some of the screenshots and a bit of gameplay that we've gotten from that was released by Zynga. So, the characters, one of them is a Mandalorian that kind of looks like Boba Fett and Jango Fett, and I guess the Mando. He's got a green mask with a bit of gold highlights on it, and he has a flamethrower and a jetpack, and I'll go into the power-ups later. And then the second character is a Sith, who I do not know her name again, but she is, well, I shouldn't be calling her Sith. She's a dark side user, but she's not officially a Sith. The next thing is 2 Jawas they stand on top of each other, so it's basically like, even though Jawas are short, 2 together, they could be deadly, I guess is what they're saying. The next is a Wookiee character who has 2 droid arms, I guess that's one of his powers. The next is a Droideka, who has a shield, as you know, Droideka, and is an Ugnaught who's in the Droideka. You cannot jump out of the Droideka, so if you're playing as that character, you will be stuck in the Droideka as that character. And then the last 2 characters, one character is a bounty hunter, and the other character is this character who, she has 2 mechanical legs, and she's, like Bombastic said in his trailer view, she appears to be wearing the New Republic symbol on her vest. So apparently she's a New Republic person. But that's just basically the characters. So each character is going to have their own ability, kind of like star cards from Battlefront, and then they're going to have their basic melee attacks, like with a lightsaber or with droid arms, like the Wookiee. So they're each going to have their own power, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But those are all the, how many characters did I even list? I think I listed 7 characters. So that is all the 7 characters that will be playable in this game so far, because there's probably going to be updates for this game, like how Fortnite, Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. So if this game, because this will be, well, I'm going to talk about later, like I said, mobile game. So this will be a mobile game, so that means that we're probably going to get like season 1, season 2, season 3 more updates, and then we're going to get more characters. So probably by like next year, well, next year it's going to come out, but probably by the following year we're going to have a bunch of characters that you'll be able to play as. So like right now a match would probably be a bit more like boring because there's only 7 characters, and I don't know how this is going to work, but I think you can only have 7. I think you can have all 7 characters on your team or all 7 characters on the other person's team. You cannot have 2 of the same character on your team, or maybe it's going to be you can only have light side if you're on the light side, and you can only have dark side if you're on the dark side. Because in the trailer, it appears to be that they were fighting against each other. So I'm guessing that some of the characters will be on your team, and some of the characters will be on the other player's team. So that is the basic character thing. Now I'm going to move on to gameplay. This is probably going to be the biggest part of my video. I know the first 2 things were just basic details and characters, so those didn't really need to be talked about a lot, but gameplay-wise. So, like I said earlier, how I'm going to be making a video on some of the gameplay clips and screenshots that we got that Zynga revealed. So far, the gameplay, it's a bit clunky, as Bombastic mentioned, but this could be pretty good. It looks like, so there's, like I said, mobile and Switch versions, so they're going to be different. I'll talk about this later when I talk about the consoles that's going to be on. And so gameplay-wise, it's a third person. You will have your abilities that you use probably by, if you're on mobile, you'll probably have a button that you're going to have to press. If you're on Switch, there's probably one of the triggers or something on the Switch control. I can't really give you a good idea on gameplays because we got a 5-second gameplay clip, like I just said. So I cannot tell you how gameplay is going to be with only a 5-second gameplay clip. And the trailers that we got were cinematic trailers, so that means that they were completely CGI generated, and it was just a kind of like the first Jedi Fallen Order trailer that we got. That was completely CGI generated, and it didn't give us an idea of what it gave us an idea about like the story and how the characters are going to look and stuff, but it didn't show us any gameplay and stuff like that. So in the cinematic trailer, which I went through the cinematic trailer, I'll talk about this a little later in one of my other videos, we only got the characters, and then we got to see some of their abilities. So I cannot really tell you how gameplay is going to be, because obviously I've not gotten an early version of the game. Zynga, come on, give me an early version of this game. But I guess this could be, once we get some more trailers, because I'm going to talk about the release date. I keep saying I'm going to talk about more stuff later, but I'll talk about the release date later, and it's only coming out in 2022, so we'll expect some more gameplay coming soon. So that's really all I can give you for the gameplay. In fact, there isn't really a lot that we know about this game now that I think about it. So now the developers. So the developers making this game is Zynga. So Zynga is one of the, and I don't know any well-known games that they make. I've never really heard of these studios. I know the basics, EA, Ubisoft, and stuff like that, but I'm not very big into like all the different companies that make games. So I've never heard of Zynga before, and I don't know how many well-known games they have. But apparently Zynga had a pretty bad track record when it came to making games. But if you're saying that this game is going to be bad because Zynga's making it, well, don't worry, because apparently they've rehired a bunch of new devs. So the old devs they've fired because apparently they ruined a bunch of games. So now they have some new devs, which will hopefully do good on this game, because so far the characters look pretty good, and it could be pretty good for so far. It sounds like a pretty good. I understand the idea that they're going for, so I'm guessing this could be pretty good. So if Zynga has a pretty bad track record, which it probably does, then I assure you, hopefully this is a new team of devs, so hopefully they will be able to rewrite the Zynga name for the future. So next is I'm going to talk about the power-ups and kind of basically how this is going to work. So this kind of runs into gameplay a bit, but so scattered around the map, like I said, there's going to be a large map, is kind of power-ups, and then you have star cards that your character can use. So the power-ups are kind of like plus 20 health and stuff like that. Plus 20 health, or maybe like for a certain amount of time you get to use, like you get to upgrade your gun or something. Or maybe you can pick up a weapon on the ground and you can use it throughout the entire match or something. So that would be kind of cool. That could work for this game. And it's already been confirmed that like there will be like health pickups on the ground in a small gameplay clip that we got. So that's basically what that's going to be. Then there's also kind of star cards is what I'm going to call them, because we don't really have a name. But if you've played Battlefront 2015 and 2017, and I believe the original Battlefronts from 2002 and whatnot, those they have these things called star cards. So you have 3 star cards that you can use, and then you kind of have some star cards that you can pick up around the map. So those will probably exist in the game. So that's basically everything that we know about star cards. Basically, you'll be able to use them by hitting like left, whatever the Switch's version of left button and LB and RB are, or L1 and R1 are on the PlayStation and Xbox. So that's basically how star cards are going to work. Next, I'm going to go into microtransactions and the price of this game. So the good thing about the price of this game is that, guess what? It's free 99. I know that was a bad joke, but free 99. So that means that you'll be able to get it for free for Switch and mobile. But the downside of free games, which there isn't really much of a downside, is the microtransactions. So microtransactions mean that you're going to have to pay money real money, not just like coins. You're going to have to pay real Canadian or American dollars if you want to get some stuff. But luckily for this game, the devs at Zynga, who are being nice, have confirmed that mostly, or I'm pretty sure that completely, it's only going to be for like a customization options. So like you get this gun, or you get like, it maybe not for guns, but I know for sure that it will, like, if you want this outfit, or if you want this, if you want like this outfit, or if you want this hat or something, I don't know what this game's gonna have, like lightsaber customization or something, you will have to pay real money. But they pretty much confirmed that none of the maps, at least for now, the original launch of the game, unless they start to get greedy, for the original launch of the game, none of the maps or any bonus maps will be unlocked by having to pay real money. They will be unlocked by sheer playing the game for 17 hours a day and unlocking the map. So that means that that's good. If you're big into customization, then obviously a couple outfits might have to take real money. But if you just want the main base of the game and you're okay with just the normal outfits that they give you, then you'll be pretty much good. Another thing that could be, which would make this game even better, is if you could also get these outfits by just normal playing through the game for 17 hours a day, like I said earlier. So it might be also is that you can either play the game 17 hours a day to unlock, say, this outfit or this lightsaber color, and you can also use real money. So that means that if you really want this outfit, you don't want to play money. If you play enough, then maybe you'll eventually unlock that thing, and you won't have to use real Canadian, American, or whatever you are dollars. So that is hopefully going to be the case for microtransactions, and I really hope that it won't be that like some characters will be only unlocked by microtransactions and some maps will only be unlocked by microtransactions. But still, I guess, Zynga could in the future, like on let's say season 32 or something, they realized that they could double their profit if they would use microtransactions for maps and stuff. But hopefully that won't be the case for at least the beginning of this game, and hopefully for the eternity of this game. So next thing I'm going to go into is consoles and how you're going to play this game. So sadly, this game is a Switch and mobile only, which is very weird because, like, if you want to make a lot of money, then why put it on Switch and mobile? Because mobile, you're not going to make any money. Well, first of all, this game is free, so I guess either way, they're not making any money. But if you want to, like, if you advertise the game more, if you have it on PlayStation and Xbox, then more people who have the game, the more people are going to buy stuff that cost real money. So I'm guessing what probably happened is that Zynga probably approached Lucasfilm Games saying, hey, we want a Star Wars game to be under our production so that we can make our mark back for whatever they did back then that ruined their reputation. So they want to get their reputation back. And then the people at Lucasfilm were probably just like, okay, we'll give you a Star Wars game, but guess what? It's only going on Switch and mobile, and it's going to be free. So that way, it's going to be the worst Star Wars game in a while. So they gave them like a pretty bad Star Wars game that they're not going to make any money. It's a bit random anyways. It doesn't really have any story related to the Skywalker Saga. Like, it's like Bombastic says, it's the game that we all wanted but nobody asked for. So it's pretty interesting. So Switch and mobile, and then I really doubt, like, normally I'm going to say, oh, maybe it's going to come to Xbox eventually and PlayStation. Well, I really doubt it's going to come to Xbox and PlayStation because if it was a really big game like Battlefront 3, then there's no way that they would pass it putting on like every console, like Windows, PC, everything. But since it's just a small game like this, then I mean, like nobody's gonna be like, can we please get this for Xbox? Like it would be cool if it went for Xbox, because then I can get it, because I do not have a Switch. And am I really gonna play this game for mobile? Because you know, mobile games are not the greatest. I might make a video on it if I download it for mobile, and then maybe I'll make one video on it. But I can't really play it. But the good thing is, like, it is free, so even if you don't, even if you're not, like, because if you're not, like, oh my god, I really want this game, if you're just, like, cool game, then there's still no harm in getting it. Like, you're not going to lose any money. You can just get it and then never play it, but you still have the option to play it if you want for free. So that's a good thing about this being a free thing, but Switch and mobile only. And in fact, Mazrio, if you've gotten this far in the video and haven't gotten bored by the first 2 seconds of this video, and if you're still listening to it right now, then you should probably get the game, because then you can send me some gaming clips of it, and then I can make a video on it, and I can do like myself reacting to it. So if you've gone this far into the video, then I guess do that. So that is basically everything that you need to know for consoles. Like I said, a bit disappointing that it's only for Switch and mobile, but enough with that. We've known that for a while. Now let's move on to the trailers and stuff. So trailers are basically promotions. What they've done is a couple screenshots have been revealed and a gameplay, but like I keep mentioning this in the video, I will make a whole video devoted onto the game clips that we've gotten and the screenshots that we have gotten. And for the trailer, we had the official reveal trailer that we got last year, and then we have the new trailer that we got 2 days ago, which I made a whole video breaking down that trailer, so I'll link that in the description if I remember, and you can go watch that there, where I show you all the details that are in that trailer and what that could mean for how it's going to work gameplay wise. So we got 2 trailers, a couple game clips, well, 1 game clip, and a couple screenshots. That's basically all they've been doing for promotional. But since this game was supposed to come in 2021, I'm guessing that they had a bunch of stuff ready, like a bunch of trailers ready to release. Then when it got delayed to 2022, they're not just going to release a bunch of trailers and then they're just going to release, like, not the game. You want to release a bunch of trailers right before the game so you get the hype up. So they're probably just saving those trailers and stuff for when the game is closer to release. So next year in, like, January something, or maybe even around Star Wars Celebration, if it's not released by then, we will probably get all those trailers and stuff, which I will be breaking all those stuff down. So that's it for trailers. Now I'm going to go on to the release date. So like I mentioned at the beginning, and 2 seconds ago, this game has been delayed to 2022 from 2021. Like the Skywalker Saga, which we all want. Like this game, I mean, I guess a couple people want this, but it's not a huge release. So sadly, it seems that a lot of games are getting delayed to 2022, but the pandemic has a big hit on that. Also, games take longer to make, like I mentioned in one of my other videos. Games take longer to make now than they did back in like the 90s or something. So it's understandable that this game has been pushed to 2022, but we'll probably get it early 2022. Like I said, hopefully before Star Wars Celebration. Like, I hope we get the Skywalker Saga before the Star Wars Celebration, because Star Wars Celebration is in May, so that's in a while. What they could do is that in like February something, they could release the Skywalker Saga, and then on Star Wars Day on May 4th we could get this game. Like maybe they'll release the Bad Batch Season 2 on May 4th or this game, but I bet you we're at least going to get something on May 4th. So that's basically everything for release date, and then we're probably going to get updates like every couple of months, you know, that kind of stuff, but that's basically everything. So now we've reached the pretty much end of the video, and as I can think of, there's not really much that we know about this game. That's why this video doesn't really have a lot of information, because there's not really much that we know about this game apart from those screenshots, which I will break down in a whole other video, so you're probably going to have to go check out that video. I'll probably release that in like 3 or 4 days. So that is everything that you need to know and everything that we know about Star Wars Hunters with updated 2021. Now, when it gets closer to release, I'll make a new video on this, basically this exact same, but 2022 updated. So next year, I'll make a version of this 2022 updated. But that is everything, like I said, that we know about Star Wars Visions for 2021. So if you enjoyed this video, I guess like and subscribe so that you know when I do post my screenshot reviewing video and stuff. But that's all we know, and bye.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
So be it, Jedi.